matter that came up in court today, we've had 2 cases since 2021. In respect of the arrest, the unlawful arrest of Mr. Sowore on the 26th day of June 2021. That was the day Nnamdi Kanu was arraigned in court, and the 5 youth activists, the award Buhari must go t-shirt to Dunamis Church, who were also arrested and detained by the DSS. That their case was also coming up in another court. So he came to court that day, and obviously because of his what he represents, he was barred from entering the court and unlawfully arrested, by the DPO of Federal Secretariat Police Station, and was taken away. They actually delayed him until the proceedings got finished. He was released around 3 before he came to court, and we had to go to court against that kind of illegality to ensure that all forms of impunity, are not left to go under the carpet. So that matter came up today for hearing, and the lawyers to the police have actually filed their own counter affidavit too, but they are not in court today. But based on, they refuse to show up in court today. But based on the rules of court, the court has power, even in the absence, to give us opportunity to hear our matter. We have been in court for 3 years. So that matter was heard today, and the court adjourned to the 5th of July 2023 for judgment. Then the second matter was the one in which Mr. Sowore was also shot, in this Abuja too, by one female police officer who had been, that has represented that, is the one that is shooting everybody everywhere. So we took her to court together with the superiors, Nigerian Police Forces, General Police, and all of them are commissioners of police of the Federal Capital Territory. That matter too was heard today. Their lawyer was not also present, but the court, according to the rules of court, gives the court the power to also hear us, and their processes were adopted, and the matter was adjourned to 5th of July 2023 for judgment. So we didn't give us in 2021, and we hope that justice will prevail at the end of the day, so that people can learn lesson. Some of these minor things happening every day, infractions, but not everybody can challenge them. But the ones that we are challenging, they represent those ones that are not challenged. When we get judgment, the justice will also serve the interests of those other ones that are not challenged, to teach those empowered lessons that have been no form of abuse of power is right. Even if it is not challenged now, surely later, issue will make pronouncement on it.
Yesterday we were in court, today as well again. We are at this federal high court, and as our lawyer, Dr. Tomekun, has appropriately described, we do these things not because we are litigious, as some people like to say, but because we want to use ours as examples to stop impunity in our society. And a lot of people get shot at, a lot of people get maltreated, tortured. My own case was that I was in court, and it happened to be the day Nnamdi Kanu was coming to court, and they barricaded everywhere and asked me to leave. But I had a case, as what I was explaining to them. This police officer, who was the DPO of the Federal Secretariat Police Station, Hassan is his first name, and he actually pointed a gun at me at first, and then when I refused to back down, he ordered that another police officer join, and they dragged me to a part of a halfway where a contingent of policemen forced me into a car and took me to his office, detained me illegally, deprived me of my liberty and my rights, and that's why we challenged them in court. And before we challenged them, not to forget, we actually wrote a petition to the police, but they didn't treat the petition with any seriousness, because it turned out that not only was he physically abusive, he was also arranging people to come to court to attack me physically. And in one case, he arrested those, some people in court arrested those persons who came to assault me in court, handed them over to him. He did nothing about it. We even got the Human Rights Commission to intervene, and he wrote to the Human Rights Commission that because we didn't show up to identify these guys, they were released. It was forced. They were released because we were working with him. So in the second case, of course, you guys knew how I was shot at close range with a riot gun. If the gun was pointed at my head, I'll probably not be here today, by one officer, Hilaria, Atine, who is very notorious for, recklessness in terms of abuse of protesters and persons. So there's also still another one that we intend to challenge. The officer who broke my nose on January 21, he's also going to be sued very soon for all this. So that, we'll be on record as having challenged every act of impunity of the Buhari regime and any regime for that matter that may be in Nigeria. Police officers who are reckless and are filled with impunity and disregard for human rights will all face the consequences of their action, if not now, later. And this also, affords us the opportunity to know their command structure. But that's why they don't come to court to defend these cases. In one of the cases today, the Attorney General took it upon himself to defend everybody else, even though the facts they presented in their counter affidavit were just like completely wrong and irrelevant. But they are all partners in impunity, and we intend to continue to challenge them and stop it permanently in this country. So thank you very much for following us up, and we'll continue to follow up on this case. Like I said, many of these cases, as they come up, as many as we can give you updates, we will. Thank you.